Alright, hello there. So, see we have some new things here. I have just finished the third, or technically I guess it's the fourth book, in the kind of occultism basic series, which is Energy Cultivation Basics, an introduction to the energy cultivation. Here we go, 65 pages of condensed knowledge and practices on energy cultivation. This book has a map of the body and its energy centers and channels, basic meditation tutorials, internal and external energy cultivation, center meditation, and much more. It gives a comprehensive guide for anyone to learn energy cultivation. Here's index, for example. It's got the basic theory, basic meditations to introduce you, energetic anatomy, basic energy meditations, some physical exercises, more theory, uses of energy, things like external, like healing and using martial arts, external energy meditation, so how to actually externalize your energy and use it, more theory, center meditations, external meditations, internal meditations, and closing notes. So lots of stuff I've talked about and much more, all given in a kind of nice book form. Anyway, let's go back here. So you can grab this for 10 AUD, which is about 7 to 8 American dollars. And if you want all four of the books, so grand categorization, which I will eventually release a new edition, and it'll be the same thing here. So if you've bought it, you'll get the new edition. Mental Magic, Alchemy, Energy Cultivation for 25 American, which is about 17 to 18. It's probably about 18. 25 Australian, which is about 18 American dollars. So if you want all four of those, and you get the 3 audiobooks as well. These all come with a audio reading. You can grab that as well. Anyway, now I will show you, or pass it on to a bit of a reading, so you get a free reading for it. So I hope you enjoy that. Theory of energy cultivation. Energy cultivation is an ancient art practiced by martial artists, healers, magicians, shamans, priests, kings, witches, and other great people throughout history. In the past, people were very in touch with their internal bodies and the flow of nature. Hence, this led to the creation of special arts which became some form of energy cultivation. I believe that it is universal natural energy which we are learning to control through our bodies and the world around us. This can then manifest into a form of electricity, magnetism, or even further down into temperatures, moistures, and even physical matter. All life forms on this planet take in this energy to nourish themselves, heal themselves, and strengthen themselves. In the wild, where your senses are sharper, you may start to notice that trees and animals glow. There exists an aura field of energy around every living thing. Animals can sense this and know when to and when not to approach others. You can learn this through hunting, how to hide your aura, or how to express it. Ancient man was very in touch with this. Similarly, certain geographical locations have their own special sensations. Dark caves are very negative, as they're dark and surrounded by stone and dirt. Out in the desert, it is positive, as it's hot and drying. Tribal folk understand this and knew that the kind of animals, minerals, and herbs found in certain areas correspond to the energy of that area, being moisture, temperature, sound, light, land, feeling, water, and land. Eventually, they found out that if they lived in these areas or ate the animals, minerals, and herbs, that they took on special qualities like temperature, resistance, thicker skin, or a clear mind. After great amounts of meditation, people start to feel the world within themselves. They felt centers of hot and cold, electricity, calmness, solidness. They became channels that connected these centers, and along with the practice of butchering animals or even investigating of dead bodies came the understanding of anatomy and basic medicine. They were able to relate the inner world of feeling to the outer world seen from animal bodies. When certain hand gestures, postures, sounds voiced, times of day, geographical locations, foods eaten, and meditations done, then the internal world would give a corresponding feeling of stimulation. The weird squishy center of organs that were found would react internally in ways to these stimuli. The spiritual centers that overlay these organs also reacted. Wise men then knew that the world within him and without is related. Then these wise shamans figured out how to manipulate the internal centers and the flow of power within their own body. They learned healing arts to aid their tribe by leading the force and flow of power that had blocked up or malfunctioned, relieving people of illness. Some figured out the way to use this magic force for evil, and were able to cause illness and decay within people. Others used it to amplify their martial arts, strengthen their will to fight, bodies to defend, and fists to strike. Each person who found out about this ability used it in their own special way. Eventually, some figured out that this same flow within themselves exists in all of nature. The sky and clouds formed through the same force. Lightning struck through a condensation of it, and then the tribal shaman start to apply his internal power to the external world. The manipulation of weather is the simplest and first art learned. Eventually the other elements like fire and water were conquered. Even other animal bodies or humans could be puppeteered through this force. Many different sects and groups were born out of different cultivation methods. Some followed a more yang and external body cultivation, while others lived in caves or on top of mountains and practiced more internal cultivation and meditative arts. These cultivators became highly valued and feared by the ruling elite, which either waged war upon them or recruited them as court magicians and teachers. Some cultivators managed to integrate into society or become hermits, living in secrecy though. Energetic anatomy. To the right is a model of the energetic body. The centers in the central part of the body and head are the bodily centers. Those around the shoulders, hips, and limbs, the limbs are the limb joints, which act as minor energy centers. The line running through the body and the limbs is the main energy channel. So we can see that the energy body is comprised mainly of centers and channels. If you want to see a more advanced map of the channels, then look up the 12 meridians and 8 vessels. Though I've simplified it heavily to help you learn by only using the central channel that runs through the body. Similarly, a more basic model of the centers relies on just the 3 major ones in the head, heart, and bladder. Next page I will break down each part and help you to understand them. What is a center and channel? Centers are areas of space within the body that you can feel an energetic pressure at. Usually organs create their own electromagnetic cloud which becomes its own center. Then, as these minor organs and gland centers collect, they form their own major center, which is usually called dantians, chakras, or major centers. These you can think of as big clouds of feeling within space. Centers are energetic veins that run all through your body. Normal veins, arteries, lymph channels, urinary bones, tendons, and even muscles all form energetic veins. They may be physical, as a bone is or a vein is in its normal form, but they exhume an energetic or spiritual essence, which forms its own electromagnetic spatial pathway, which is the energy channel. The bones, arteries, veins, nerves, and muscles form the main energy channels, in your body. Basic centers. To the right is a side view of the main centers that we'll work with. First at the bottom is the root, which for men is their prostate at the root of the penis. I believe for women it is their womb, at the end of the vaginal canal. This center handles fertility, life and death, growth as well as fear. It is of the earth/water element. Next is the sacral. Its organ and function area is within the bladder. It handles regeneration, moisture in the body, emotions, and pleasure. It is of the water element. Third is the navel center. The organs and lower digestion is its major function. Technically, there is also a minor center in the upper digestion area around the solar plexus region too. These both handle digestion, inner strength, core power, the external ego or personality, and is the cauldron which merges the body's energies to form a pure energy. This is the fire element in the body and also vaguely the earth element. Uses of energy. Now that you've developed some basic energetic ability and physique, you can start using it in life. Here, I'll add some simple ideas about how to use it for hurting, defending, and healing. These are some of the very traditional uses as would have been taught in martial arts. Energy healing. In this case, you can either heal yourself internally or project energy via your hands to heal another person or even use it on yourself to practice. Similarly, you can learn to control others' energy flow through these methods. To heal yourself internally, first relax into meditation and perform a diagnosis by feeling out what areas are most affected. Then feel out how the pain and damage spills out through the body. So the first step is to build a body map of all the majorly damaged areas. You can use the center idea to see if any of the energy centers are damaged. Similarly, the channel idea of seeing where in your or the other person's channel are blocked. After that, start out by drawing energy at the most troubled areas. Do this through holding focus there and feeling a light pulling in motion. Once you're confident with healing one area, try two at once. Then you can slowly spread your focus out to heal most or all the damaged areas. This can take a lot of time. Serious injuries can take months or even years if they've damaged the bones and nerves, but you will notice improvements, especially as your healing ability improves. Now it's time to learn external energy projection or external healing. To do this, practice forming an aura around your hands. The energetic center of the hands is located in the palm. You can anchor your focus there if needed. Then expand your focus out throughout the whole arm, the whole hand. Once you can confidently hold your aura in the hands, start to expand it out even further beyond the boundary of your skin. Focus more of the aura's power outside of the hand instead of inside of it. It kind of feels like a thin cloud expanding outwards of your hand. Practice holding this hand aura for 5 to 10 minutes. Once you're comfortable with the neutral hand aura, start to put your hand over a wrist, leg, or some other part of the body. Feel what kind of sensations it brings in your body where the energy hand is located. It feels magnetic to me, like blood is drawing there. Start to practice projecting out energy from the hand by pushing forward with your focus towards the injured or test area. You can also use different energy forms by controlling the size, strength, polarity, etc. with your mind. Similarly, the tips of your fingers can be used. Eventually, with practice, you can begin to feel other people's energy, their centers and channels, their problems, etc., which makes it easier to diagnose and heal them. It feels like a kind of magnetic or tense force that you can feel with your own body's aura or by using the energy hand technique. You can also practice your energy healing with trees or animals if you're unable to find people to work with. Practice projecting energy towards them, modulating your energy strength, making it tense or relaxed, and changing the size of your energy projection. Now on to its use for attack and defense. This is body enhancement chapter. Realistically, to master this, you'll want to learn Taiji Chuan, but I'll teach some ideas that will help you to apply this to your own martial arts. First exercise is to help protect you. There is a soft and hard version of this. Let's start with the hard version. The main idea in this is that you toughen and tense a part of your body and hold a lot of energy there. Try it with your non-dominant hand. Form a palm and similarly to the energy hand. Form a palm and similarly to the energy hand technique, stimulate the aura of your hand. Don't try to overly exert it out. Then solidify your palm by tensing it, making it strong. Keep your energy within the palm and merge them together so the energy and tensed palm become one. Strike your palm with a hammer fist with the opposite hand, or use your hardened palm to strike a tree. Notice how it's protected and does not hurt much. This technique can be used at the moment of impact, punching to defend your body, as well as when you're struck by another in order to withstand the blow.